Today I want to dive into some tips that can help you to achieve those high notes without it going here or the dreaded cracking. So bear with me as I break down how to belt properly. What is belt? Right? What is that? We hear that term thrown around, and some of you who are watching may know, others may be like, yeah, what is it? Well, you have your voice that consists of a lower range and a higher range, right? Within the higher range, there's two different tones, and tone is sound quality that we want to be creating, or just gives us some more diversity, right? And that would be head voice, which is lightly singing in a higher range. Right, you can think about opera, but it's very commonly used in every style of singing. And typically, I would say both male and females can go highest in the head voice. It is lighter, and that allows, I think, for people to be able to go higher with it. Because when we get into what is also in that mid to higher range, the belt, this tends to utilize the most energy, and this one has a full, rich sound to it. It's almost deemed the selling notes of singing, right? So when you think about right? Everyone knows that there. They know that part of the song, right? It's those kind of big standout notes. They have a lot of power behind them. And I find that a lot of singers, not even amateur singers, this can be singers that have been doing stuff that have been missing certain technical things or not knowing how to properly approach belt, that they tend to be straining, or they create this fear, this consistent fear of cracking on it. And it really just comes down to some technical things, some mindset things, I would say, as well. But really understanding the whole picture of belt. So now that we kind of have an understanding of what belt is, it is a full, rich sound in the mid to higher range. Let's go over how to make this happen. So first and foremost, technique, right? If you are lacking in technique, I feel people tend to want to overcompensate by pushing through their throat, right? That's when you hear the throaty singer. They're not necessarily using their proper breathing, right? That's a huge technical thing when it comes to any part of singing. But yeah, you're going to be needing more support from the diaphragm, from the stomach muscles down in through here for those higher notes, because it does take that bit more of energy. So proper breathing. And when I say proper breathing, I'm not talking about the chest breathing. I'm talking about the stomach, belly, diaphragmatic breathing, my friends. This right here, I have other videos on breaking that down. I'm not going to do it today here, but please be sure to check those out. Definitely proper breathing is huge, again, because we're utilizing this. If I am utilizing my stomach muscles here, I'm going to have a lot more support, a lot more energy behind it. So moving on up, right? Because I always say, if you've seen any of my other videos, singing is not just one technique. It is multiple pieces moving together that create the whole. Think about a machine that's creating a part, right? It runs through the different processes and you get your final product. Any one of those pieces out, you're going to only be getting half your product. And that is what I deal with a lot of times, singers coming through my door, is they're missing some pieces. And I can recall even when I started with the certain programs that I was with, there was great things happening, but I came to find in my journey, that's why I wasn't doing things properly, or overcompensated or over pushing on things, is because certain technical things were out. So moving on up, I'm going to talk about here, right? What is in and through here? We have our larynx and we have our vocal cords in through here. And the base of singing is the higher you go, your vocal cords tighten, the lower you go, they loosen, right? So if I'm going higher and I'm met with tension around here, it is going to reflect in the sound. Right? You hear that tension here. So we want to learn to open up, and a key element with that would be keeping that tongue nice and forward. Also breathing in through the mouth. There's a good exercise called the open mouth yawn, and you can keep that tongue forward. It opens things up in through here. So just simply enough, you can see proper breathing, tongue forward, opening things up here. You can hear it has a lot more open of a sound, so keeping that in. Another huge, and this is kind of like the secret weapon of belt. But before I get into that, if you could do me a huge favor, if you have not subscribed to this channel and you're watching this and my content is helping you, guess what would help me hugely? If you hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. That's one of my big milestones right now. And so I would love it if you would just take a moment to hit that there. Or like, comment below if there's things that you're looking for as well. But please, that helps me to help you, my friends. All right, I'm gonna unleash a secret weapon to the belt, and that is your hard palate. The hard palate here, think about it, feel it, all right? It's kind of shaped like a tunnel. When we're breathing, we're sending that ear up to the air, it acts like that tunnel. When you go into a cave, a tunnel, stairwells, why do we see so many people liking to sing in stairwells, huh? Sound waves go out because of the enclosement. It hits up against the wall, creates an amplification of the sound. That helps, right? They're not putting in more effort when they're singing there. They're simply putting themselves in an atmosphere that is exemplifying that sound, making that sound bigger, richer, fuller. My friends, that's resonance. So when we utilize a hard palate, we're able to use less effort, right? I find a lot of people turn belt into really yelling or screaming because they're not using that thing. They're trying to push that sound out and forward, and they might be breathing correctly, they might be opening correctly, but they're not using this right here. So it kind of gets that, right? You could hear a little shakiness. You can hear a little bit more clarity when I utilize that hard palate there. So the last piece I want to tell you all is this, our mindset, right? It is unfair to say to you to not go into the fear mode and to be like, I can't, because that tightens things up without talking about the technical stuff, right? Because technique is the foundation of it. But once you understand that, you have to learn to let it go. I'm continually telling artists, let it go, to quote Elsa. I don't know. I feel like so many song lyrics that pop into my head on a daily basis. But yeah, so you want to trust these different things, right? Practice them over and over in the proper way will create better results. So when you're approaching them, be okay with cracking. Be okay at times with it sounding like crud. Understand that once in a while you might get in your throat, but that if you use those proper techniques, you will be able to do it, and it will sound good and it will feel good. So that's what I want to leave you with today when it comes to properly belting. Yes, you can. Even if people say no, 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 I would say they're probably just not doing it correctly. But yes, you can belt and it can feel and sound good. So here's to hitting those high notes, my friends. And P.S., don't forget, hit that subscribe if you haven't already.